This distant world, the home of the Anunnaki, completes a long orbit every 3,600 years, bringing it close to Earth. But life on Nibiru wasn't easy. The planet's climate and atmosphere were deteriorating at an alarming rate, making it nearly impossible for the Anunnaki to grow food or sustain their population. Desperate to save their world, they turned to their advanced technology, alchemy, and even what we might call magic to find a solution. The key to their survival? Gold. This precious metal, known for its purifying properties and ability to withstand cosmic radiation, was their last hope. But on Nibiru, gold was incredibly scarce. With no other options, the Anunnaki launched their spacecraft into the vastness of space, searching for this vital resource. After an exhausting journey, they arrived on Earth approximately 445,000 years ago. Picture this. They were the first astronauts crossing the cosmos to colonize a new world. Imagine a time when the Earth was young, a planet untouched by the hands of civilization, where mysteries of creation and humanity's sudden leap into greatness remain unanswered. Back then, Earth was a wild, untamed place, populated only by creatures like mammoths, zebras, tigers, and primitive apes. The Anunnaki chose Mesopotamia as their base and built a magnificent city called Eridu. Within this city, they created a breathtaking garden filled with lush fruit trees and exotic animals. They named this paradise Eden, a sacred haven that became the favorite retreat of these astronaut gods. Soon after settling, the Anunnaki began their mission to extract gold from deep underground mines. But mining was grueling work, far too demanding for them to do alone. To assist, they brought along slaves from another alien race, known as the Igigi. For years, the Igigi toiled under harsh conditions, enduring endless labor and humiliation. Eventually, their patience ran out, and they rebelled against their Anunnaki masters, sparking the first recorded war on Earth. The conflict was brutal, but the Igigi were ultimately defeated and nearly wiped out. What if the key to these enigmas lies in the ancient writings of the first organized society, known to history? This left the Anunnaki with a problem. They needed a new workforce. Their solution was both ingenious and chilling. Using their advanced knowledge of genetics, the Anunnaki decided to create a new race of intelligent beings, capable of hard labor, but less likely to revolt than the Igigi. They combined their own DNA with that of Earth's early hominids, crafting a hybrid species that would serve them. This new race was humanity's earliest ancestor, but the experiments didn't always go as planned. Some of the first creations were strange and monstrous, like the Nephilim, giants with incredible strength, but no intelligence or self-control. After many failed attempts, they finally succeeded in creating a being they named Adamu, the first true human in their eyes. Compared to these early humans, the Anunnaki were like giants themselves, tall, powerful, and armed with technology far beyond anything we can imagine. Their strength and weapons ensured they could quash any rebellion that might arise. Over time, humans learned to communicate, picking up skills from their creators. Welcome to the astonishing tale of the Sumerians and their celestial gods, the Anunnaki. They were taught how to tend crops, build homes from clay and stone, and live in organized communities. Surprisingly, the Anunnaki grew fond of their human creations. They even allowed some to live in Eridu and wander the sacred Garden of Eden. However, they issued a strict rule. Humans were not to reproduce too quickly. But humans, being human, didn't follow the rules. They began to multiply at a rapid pace, leading to overpopulation in Eridu. The city became crowded, and tensions rose. As a result, many humans were expelled from Eden and Eridu, forced to survive in the harsh, untamed wilderness beyond the city's borders. They were left to fend for themselves in a world they barely understood. cast out from the paradise they once called home. Millennia passed, and the cosmic clock ticked on. Buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey through time and space that will challenge everything you thought you knew about the origins of humanity. Eventually, Nibiru's orbit brought it close to Earth once more. Its powerful gravitational pull wreaked havoc on our planet's natural balance. Temperatures soared, glaciers melted at an alarming rate, and ocean levels rose dramatically. Torrential rains battered the Earth, and a catastrophic flood swept across the land. Eridu, the once glorious city of the Anunnaki, was doomed to be swallowed by the rising waters. Determined to save their human creations, the Anunnaki built enormous boats to weather the deluge. Some accounts are unclear. Were these boats floating on water, or were they advanced ships hovering in the sky? The mystery remains. After the flood destroyed their city, the Anunnaki made a fateful decision. It was time to return to Nibiru. Let's dive into the heart of ancient Mesopotamia, around 4500 BC, where the Sumerian civilization blossomed. But before they departed, they left humanity with a priceless gift: knowledge. They taught humans the foundations of architecture, mathematics, music, and writing, skills that would shape the future of civilization. They also introduced the concept of monarchy, establishing a system where certain leaders, believed to carry the pure bloodline of the Anunnaki, would rule over others. Additionally, they instructed humans to build towering temples called ziggurats, aligned with the stars and constellations. These structures were meant to serve as beacons, guiding the Anunnaki back to Earth one day. The Sumerian texts don't specify exactly how many Anunnaki existed, but they do highlight a few key figures who stood above the rest. The most powerful among them was Anu, often called the personification of the heavens. Revered as the oldest and wisest of the gods, Anu's infinite wisdom made him a central figure in Sumerian mythology. His sanctuaries could be found in nearly every Sumerian city, a testament to his importance. Anu's wife, the goddess Ki, represented the earth. This remarkable society, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, in what is now modern-day Iraq, built towering cities and invented the world's first writing system, called cuneiform. Together, their union gave birth to the Anunnaki, a name that translates to children of heaven and earth. Among their offspring was Enlil, the lord of air, winds, and storm. Enlil's role was crucial. He ensured that heaven and earth remained at a safe distance from one another, maintaining cosmic balance. Then there was Enki, the mighty god of oceans and rivers, and the patron deity of Eridu. His influence spread far and wide, eventually reaching other ancient cultures like the Canaanites, Hittites, and Hurrians. The moon had its own ruler, Nana, a god of wisdom and curiosity who taught humans the basics of science and astronomy. Utu, the god of the sun, was a defender of justice, truth, and morality. Legends say he traveled the heavens in a radiant chariot, his light so powerful it could illuminate the entire world. Utu's twin sister, Inanna, was the goddess of fertility, war, and political power. Known as the Heavenly Queen, she was one of the most revered deities in Mesopotamia. Their words, etched into clay tablets, have survived thousands of years, whispering secrets of a past that seems almost too incredible to believe. Her influence was so profound that other cultures, including the Akkadians, Babylonians, and Assyrians, adopted her under the name Itar. Over time, the worship of the Anunnaki spread across Mesopotamian societies, with new stories and gods added to the pantheon. Yet, the core essence of their mythology remained remarkably detailed and consistent. What makes the Sumerian account of the Anunnaki so fascinating and perplexing is the level of scientific and astronomical knowledge embedded in their writings. For a civilization that existed thousands of years ago, their understanding of the cosmos seems almost impossibly advanced. They described planetary orbits, celestial events, and technologies that sound like something out of a modern sci-fi blockbuster. How could they have known so much? Were these stories mere myths, or do they hint at a deeper truth about humanity's origins? The tale of the Anunnaki raises more questions than answers. Did these astronaut gods truly visit Earth, shaping the course of human history with their knowledge and genetic experiments? In 1849, archaeologists unearthed 14 of these tablets in Iraq, and when scholars translated them, they uncovered a story that sounds like something straight out of a science fiction novel, the epic saga of the Anunnaki gods. Or are the Sumerian texts simply imaginative stories, a way for an ancient people to explain the unexplainable? Whatever the case, the legacy of the Anunnaki endures as one of humanity's greatest mysteries. Their story challenges us to look beyond the history we've been taught, to wonder if our roots might stretch far beyond this planet, reaching into the stars themselves. As we ponder these ancient texts, we're left with a sense of awe and curiosity. The Sumerians, through their clay tablets, have given us a glimpse into a past that feels both alien and familiar. Maybe, just maybe, the answers to who we are and where we came from are hidden in these stories of gods from the heavens. So, the next time you gaze up at the night sky, remember the Anunnaki, and wonder if they're still out there, watching over the world they once called home. According to these ancient Sumerian texts, far beyond the reaches of our solar system lies a mysterious planet called Nibiru.